Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining selection sort. Selection sort is one of the simplest sorting mechanisms. So there are a few things that you have to remember before we get into selection sort. First of all, the time complexity is big O of n square. That's because we'll have two for loops, okay? And this algorithm is useful when the right operation is costly. So the maximum number of right operations in selection sort is big O of n. That is, we'll be swapping it, and when we swap it, we will just do one right operation. Okay, so that is big O of n. Now I'll explain selection sort with the help of an example. Okay, so here we have an array, and all the elements here are in jumbled order, and these are the indices of the array. Okay, and we'll name the array as R. Okay, so now what we do, or like I'll tell you how selection sort works overall. Okay, so what we do is we just maintain one index I. We find the smallest element in the entire array and we swap it with I. Okay, also this I will keep incrementing every time, and every time I increases, the smallest element will get swapped with that. We just keep swapping the smallest element. First this will become smallest, we'll find the smallest, swap it with this, again find the smallest, swap it with this, again find the smallest, swap it with this. So by the end, when we come here, when we swap it, the entire array will be in sorted order. Okay, so let's see how it works. Initially I'll maintain one index I. Initially I will be 0. Okay, so this is our I. Now what we do is we find the minimum element in this entire array. What's the minimum in this entire array? 3, right? So okay, to find this minimum, we have a small piece of code, that is this one. In this, what we're doing is we're assuming that our minimum element is 67, which is I. Okay, the ith element, just assume it. Then you go from I plus 1, which is j, all the way till n, and if you find an element which is smaller than the assumed minimum element, then that element index will become the minimum. Alright, so you keep doing it for every single element, and at the end you will have the minimum element. If you want a more detailed explanation of how to find minimum, you can put it in the comments below and I'll create a new video for that. Okay, so let's continue with our selection sort. Here is our I. We have found the minimum element, which is 3. Now all we do is swap these two. So 3 will come here and 67 will come here. Now I'll show you how our array becomes. 3 will come over here and 67 will go over here. Okay, and the remaining elements we just write them down as they are. Alright, now this part of the array is already sorted. Okay, so now I becomes 1, we increment I. Now I comes over here. Now what we do is find the minimum in this part of the array. What is the minimum in this part of the array? It is 34, right? So we just swap it with this ith index, which is 1. So the indices are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ith index is 1, so you just swap 1 and 2. Okay, now I'll show you how the array becomes. Okay, so now all we have to do is swap ith index and 2. So 34 will come over here and 53 will come here. This part of the array is already sorted, and same which is over here, and 67. Now since I is 1, these two elements of the array are sorted already. because of these two iterations. Alright, now we'll increment our I. Now I becomes 2. So now I comes over here. Now we find the smallest in this part of the array. Okay, so what's the smallest here? 53. So in this iteration, nothing will happen to the values, it will remain the same. I'll show you what happens to the array after this. So now we'll go to the next iteration. So I will become 3. So now here is 3 and here's our I. This part of the array is already sorted. All we have to do is find the minimum in this part of the array. 67 is the smallest and I is 86. So we just have to swap these two values. Okay, we swap 86 and 67, right? So 67 comes here and 86 goes over here. And the remaining we just copy them as they are. Now once I reaches to n minus 1, the array will be sorted because anyways the largest number will come towards the end. Okay, so we have successfully sorted our array using selection sort. This is it for selection sort, you guys. If you have some doubts or suggestions, you can put it down in the comments below and I'll be more than happy to look at it. Also, if you learned something new and you like this video, please give this video a like and also subscribe to my channel, and that will make me really happy. Okay, thank you.